Hi Jacoba, hi Nerea, welcome to your week 2 of your YouTube lessons. Okay, so today's lesson you will be split into not one but two videos. Okay, so part 1 is focusing on vocabulary and part 2 will focus on listening. Okay, so there are going to be some audios for you to listen, and when I do play the audios, listen very carefully, and if you need to re-listen again, you can rewind the video and tune it back. As I was saying, so we're doing vocabulary and listening. So I would like you to open your books to page 67. So page 67 in your textbooks, okay? Right, so I'm going to go through the answers of some exercises, and when I tell you for maybe to do an exercise for homework or to send them through with a photograph or by type them by email, you can do it that way. All right, and my email address will be in the description below. All right, so everybody, how are you both? I hope you are both good and keeping healthy and safe. Right, now let's get down to business. Okay, I want you to look at activity 1. We're going to be talking about sports today, and I want you to listen to a sports presenter. What is she talking about? What is she talking about? Okay, so listen very carefully. Right.
I'm here today at the Atlantic Stadium for one of the largest e-sport events of the year. So for those of you who don't know, e-sports or electronic sports are multiplayer video games that are played competitively for spectators, and they are huge. Today's tournament has attracted more than 40,000 spectators and more than 30 million viewers will be watching online. That's more than double the viewers that watch the Baseball World Series. However popular they are, esports are also somewhat controversial. The debate is whether they should be called sports at all. Esports certainly don't involve sprinting around a track or jumping over hurdles. However, they do require excellent hand-eye coordination and fast reflexes, not unlike the skills needed in racket games such as tennis and badminton. They also involve strong teamwork and years of training. As we speak, teams of gamers are preparing for the championship. Each teammate is determined to win. Their common goal? To defeat their opponents. They will all be fiercely competing for the world title. Who will pick up the trophy is anyone's guess. It's definitely going to be an exciting day. Oh, I think they're just about to start. Okay, now let's go over to where the action is and join our commentator. Daniel, can you hear us?
All right, so you were asked to listen to a sports presenter. What is she talking about? What is she talking about? The answer is she's talking about an e-sports tournament, which is an electronic sports tournament. So if you said esports or electronic sports tournament, you are correct. Well done. Okay, now we are going to focus on activity 2. So activity 2. Now, what you are going to do, you can rewind the video and listen to the audio again. Okay, so rewind the video and listen to the audio again and complete the sentences. So rewind the video and listen to the audio again and complete the sentences. Okay? And you have about 5 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to go through the answers for activity 2. So, today's tournament, we'll look at number 1. Today's tournament has attracted more than 40,000 what? There it is. The answer is spectators. Spectators. Okay, so the answer is spectators. Okay. Number 2. The answer for number 2 is coordination. In one word, coordination. They do require excellent hand-eye coordination and fast reflexes. Reflexes like, when sudden movements, reflexes. So that is what that means. So that's what reflexes mean. All right. So number 3. They also involve strong and years of training. What do you think goes here? The answer is teamwork. Teamwork is the correct answer. Number 4, as we speak, teams of gamers are preparing for the what? If you have got championship, that is the correct answer. All right. Okay, so number 5, each what is determined to win. Each what is determined to win. Each teammate. That's another, you yourself and your fellow team people. The people who are in the team is known as a teammate. So each teammate, one word, it is determined to win. It's determined to win. Number 6, their common goal to defeat their opponents. So you have opponents, that's OPPONENTS. So your opponent is the person you are against, like Real Madrid and Barcelona. Well, not trying to cause trouble here, okay? Number 7, they will be fiercely competing at the world what? The world what? Title. So title, like championship, they're going for a cup or an award. That is a title. Okay? Okay, so and finally number 8, who will pick up the what is anyone's guess? What would be the answer here? Trophy. Trophy, like the Oscars, the World Cup, something like that. Okay? Excellent. Now we're going to move on. Now I want you to look at activity 3. So I want you now to look at activity 3 for a moment. Okay? So this first activity is an activity that I want you to work on yourself, okay? And send me your answers by photo or by typing it. I want you to complete these verb-noun collocations with words from exercise 2 below. So, what word fits where? So, for example, we'll go through number 1 together. So, if we look at number 1, to take part in, enter, hold, qualify for, win. What would be the correct word? Any ideas? Prepare for. To take part in, enter, hold, qualify for, win. You are preparing to win. You're preparing for it. Okay? So I'm going to give you now 3 to 4 minutes to do this exercise. And complete it and then send me your answers. Okay? You have 4 minutes. Okay? So now pause the video and then come back. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so welcome back. Similar with number 4, I want you to look at exercise 5. With exercise 3, I want you to look at exercise 5. Apologies. So in exercise 5, I want you to do a little bit of reading and I want you to put in and choose the correct word. So I want you to read Amy's post on an online discussion thread about esports and choose the correct words. So now I'm going to give you 3 to 4 minutes to go through that and answer the questions and we'll go through the answers. Okay? All right. Now let's go through the answers for exercise 5. So there was one word that I found that maybe might be helpful, and that's the word demanding. So if you have a demanding training schedule, it means it is intense. There's a lot going on. So just remember the word demanding means when you have a lot going on, that means that's what you have to do. So let's go through the answers. Let's go through number 1. So number 1, the correct answer for number 1 is it teammates or athletes. The correct word is athletes. Okay. For number 2, is it qualify or require? The correct word is qualify. So to qualify for something, you need to do very well. Okay, number 3, is it involves or prepares? The correct word is involves. 4, what is the correct word? Is it contestants or opponents? The correct word is opponents. All right. And number 5, demand or win? Is it demand or win? The correct answer is win. All right. Okay. Excellent work so far. Now let's look at exercise 6. So this is what we call the penultimate activity on this video. So you are now going to read a post by Joe. So you're going to read a post by Joe. I want you to match the highlighted phrasal verbs with the definitions. So I'm going to explain what each one is. So you have showing off. You're like, oh, showing off means you can do something extremely well and you're good at it. So it's like, I'm showing off. Ooh, jazz hands. Different things like that. Working out. There could be 2 definitions to this. Working out is like working out a mathematical problem, or working out, hey, getting physical. So it's getting physical activity in there. Taking on. So to take something on is to do something. Okay, to take something on. It could be responsibility. It could be something else. I do apologise if you hear any scraping noises. It's coming from down below, not in here. Okay. Number 4, the other words, knocking out. To knock out is like literally you are at the best. You're a knockout. To knock something out. Or to knock something out if you are referring to boxing and the guy doesn't get up, guy or girl does not get up again. And count on. To count on something is maybe to count on someone. To count on something is like you're dependent. You need it. You want it. Okay? So read Joe's post for 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and choose the correct phrasal verb for each definition. Okay? Okay, and you can pause the video while you do the activity. Okay, so welcome back. All right, so now let's go through the answers for activity 6. So, to compete or fight against someone is taking on. So you're taking on someone. Come on, big lad, you want to take me on? Putting it into context for you. And you might get a laugh out of it. It might be a little bit funny. To rely on. So if I'm talking about something to rely on, it's also to count on. It's like something you need or want. C, make people admire your abilities. Showing off. Like I say, I try to be the best English teacher I can be, so I'm showing off my ability. 99.9999% of the time. No, I'm joking, 100% of the time. Okay, and D, defeat someone in a competition. Like in the famous fight thriller in the Manila, Muhammad Ali. Knockout. Knocking out. Okay, so knocking out is the answer to that. And E, do exercise in order to improve your fitness is obviously to work out, to working out, okay? All right, so seems pretty easy, doesn't it? And finally, in this part of the video, the last thing I want to talk to you about is in exercise 7. So in exercise 7, what we are going to be looking at is explore vocabulary, which is also referred to phrasal verbs. Okay? I want you to read the vocabulary box, which is about transitive phrasal verbs that have a direct object. So it's talking about direct object and transitive phrasal verbs. Okay? So, A, if you look at A, some transitive phrasal verbs are inseparable. So they're inseparable. That means the verb and the preposition always stay together. They don't go apart, they stay together. So for example, I count on my teammates. I count on my teammates. Not I count my teammates on. It's not right. And then B, other transitive phrasal verbs are separable. So they are also separable. So for example, he turned down the offer. He turned the offer down. So there are cases where transitive phrasal verbs can be separated accordingly, but only in specific contexts. And intransitive phrasal verbs do not have a direct object and so are never separable. They're stuck together like glue. They are stuck together. So for example, work out is to do exercise. He works out for an hour every day. Okay? So your last activity you have to do in this video is read the vocabulary box. Which category A, B or C do the phrasal verbs from Joe's post fit into? You can use a dictionary online to check, or if you have a dictionary at home, you can look at it. Okay, 3 minutes. And pause the video, by the way. Okay, welcome back. All right, so what we're going to be looking at now is the following. So, number 1, showing off what categories to go to, A, B or C. The correct answer is B. So it's category B. So in category B means other transitive phrasal verbs are separable, so you can separate it. 2, working out belongs to category C. Taking on, the answer is B. So B is the correct answer here. Knocking out is B, which would be the correct answer. And then count on is A. All right. Well done so far. Okay. So stay tuned for your second video, which is focusing on the listening on page 68. Okay, on page 68, which I will put up, which means when you finish this, you may go on to the next video. Okay. See you in a minute. Bye.